Fighting games are defined by great characters, which is why adding new fighters is very important. Without new characters, a fighting game can stagnate and become boring. However, add too many new characters and you risk alienating your fans. Street Fighter 3 did this, Soulcalibur 5 did this, and even Mortal Kombat 3 did this. Legacy characters are very important to keep around, but yeah, new characters are also essential for success. And lately, we've been getting some really amazing new characters in fighting games. So today, I'm ranking every new character in fighting games from best to worst. But keep in mind, I'm not going back any further than 2023, otherwise we'd be here all day. Which sadly means some characters won't make the cut, but we still have 16 new characters left to rank. From amazing characters to crappy characters and everything in between. So comment your favorite new fighting game character down below, let me know. And afterwards, leave a like if you enjoyed watching today's video. Likes and comments go a long way with YouTube's new algorithm. Then for anyone new, I'm trying to reach 500,000 subscribers before GTA 6 gets here. And it's been delayed, so we got a little bit more time. If you enjoyed today's video, subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss any future videos. And alright everyone, without any further ado, let's begin. Alright, 16 new characters lay before me, so let's get to ranking. I'm gonna do one character per row, then go back and fill everything out. First up is Stay Forever. Pretty much self-explanatory, but these characters are so amazing that yeah, never get rid of them. Keep them around in every single game. For me personally, Aki is absolutely one of those characters. She's the sole reason I keep coming back to Street Fighter 6. This character is so much fun and also looks original too, which is rare in fighting games. It feels like every single character has been designed, but no, here comes Aki with a fresh new look. She poisons the opponent, that's her gimmick, which could be cliche since it's been done before. However, Aki mixes things up by getting new combos when the opponent's poisoned. Yeah, this character's all around amazing, from her appearance to her gameplay, basically Jury but 100 times more evil, and I'm here for it. If anybody watching has wanted to play Street Fighter 6 but you weren't quite sure if it's worth it, Aki makes the game worth it, alright? Get this game on sale and play Aki, she's so much fun. Alright, next up is Very Awesome. These characters are super cool, but just don't have to return in every game. Manon is one of those characters. She's so much fun. Mixes ballet with jujitsu. It's so sick. And every time she throws the opponent, it levels up, leading to even better throws that do more damage, but also look better as well. Which means this character has like 20 throws total, which is awesome. Yes, some of them are attack throws, but that still counts. Yeah, Manon is everything I love about grapplers, but also her normals are good and she has decent mobility, so she's the best of both worlds. If you like to grapple, she's perfect, but she's also strong in other areas, like pokes or rush down mix-ups, all that awesome stuff. Okay, next up is pretty cool. The third tier, Elemental from Invincible Versus. This character is brand new, not just to the game, but to the series also. Yeah, she's the definition of a new character. Never actually been in the show, at least not yet. Overall, her gameplay looks fun. However, the reason she's in tier 3 is because, come on, an Elemental character is pretty overdone at this point. Fire, water, earth, and wind. It's kind of overdone at this point, and her name being Elemental literally is kinda clever, but also not at the same time. So that's why she's in tier 3. The character does look cool, but she's just not original in any way, really. Real quick, everybody, a very fast shout out to Gamersubs. They have a new metal lo-fi cup that looks adorable. Reminds me of the lo-fi music channel, which is intentional, I'm sure. Love it. But also, they've got a new AFK sleep flavor, Cookies and Dream. That's right, not an energy powder. Instead, Cookies and Dream is to help you sleep. Pour it in a water bottle, mix it, and then go to sleep. It's great for that. So yeah, that's 2 new things at Gamersub. Use code DOG or my link down below in the pinned comment to get 10% off your order, and every purchase you make helps support my channel directly, so there you go. And back to the video. Mid, alright, these characters are fine. They're average. Not terrible, but kind of teetering on being lame, right? They're not bad though. And I'm actually gonna put 2 characters here. First up is Victor. His attacks and gameplay are really cool. A bit too over the top for Tekken though, if I'm being honest, because that series shines when it's mostly martial arts, right? Yeah, you have demon characters and angel characters, but still most of their attacks are punches and kicks without any weapons. Then comes Victor with handguns and samurai swords that turn electrical and explosions. The man's creating lightning bolts and explosions, all that crazy stuff, which makes him unique, you can't argue that, but he doesn't fit super well in the Tekken verse as a result. And also lore-wise, he's Raven, but in France, so he's a secret agent slash ninja guy. His position and role in the story is not new, it's actually really redundant. So yeah, I'd say he goes in mid. I don't dislike Victor, but he does feel pretty bland outside of his gameplay. If they made him look different and gave him an actual role in the story that was was unique, he could have been really cool. Next up is Kimberly, who's the opposite of Victor. Her appearance and personality are completely new for Street Fighter. We've never had this hip-hop ninja character before, and that's cool. She fights with graffiti cans that detonate, all of which is pretty original. The issue is, most of her moves are copied from Guy and other ninja characters in previous games, which story-wise does make sense because she's an apprentice ninja of those characters, but still, it holds her back. You know, you're not really a new character when you're copying most of your moves from previous characters. Don't get it twisted though, I love playing Kimberly and she's hot. She's very attractive, but just not the best original new character, right? She's kind of a clone character. And speaking of clone characters, Lily, go away forever. You are not T-Hawk. I like your new weapons, that's a fun gimmick, but everything else about you, I despise. You look way too young for Street Fighter. It's low-key freaking me out that she wears booty shorts. Why did developers take a character so young and give her booty shorts? Why did you do that, Street Fighter? I'm judging you super hard right now. And in the concept art, Lily does not look super young. That was a decision made later, which freaks me out even more. But appearance aside, Lily is a clone replacement for T-Hawk and just nowhere near as cool as T-Hawk. I do like her weapons. That's a fun, unique gimmick. But everything else she steals from T-Hawk. The special moves and the command grab gimmicks, all that stuff. I don't want any more clone characters. In 2026, can we have a rule that no more clone characters in fighting games, please? Now, the good news is only 2 characters will be in this bottom tier. Next up is Vox Reaper. So he's brand new to Fatal Fury City of the Wolves, but copies everything from past characters. Many of his attacks come from a previous character, but his purple flame is like Iori. Along with his stance, the man's idle stance looks like Iori, who's a King of Fighters character. So it's kind of irrelevant. Vox Reaper would have been awesome if he was a brand new character, but sadly he steals everything from past characters, except for his look, and honestly his appearance is not very original either. But alright, back to the top row. I'm gonna start filling out every single tier from now on. Stay forever. Let's go. Reina from Tekken 8. Pretty much everybody loves this character. Tekken fans and the non-Tekken fans all love Reina because she's Juri, and everybody loves a Juri character who's sadistic and has violent attacks and just loves to beat you up. Everyone loves those lady characters in fighting games. However, when it comes to gameplay, Reina's only a little bit unique. Many of her moves are copied over from past characters. In fact, there's full videos showing this, which is unfortunate, but also she was designed to be an easy version of a Mishima character because traditionally they're kind of difficult to play, at least for casual gamers. So Reina is meant to have their playstyle but much easier to do, and she achieves that goal for what it's worth. So yeah, I think Reina should stay, but have her gameplay tweaked to be a bit more unique in Tekken 9. That's what I think. Then finally we have Floyd from Mortal Kombat 1. As of now, this guy's not playable. Instead, he's a secret boss character that you can fight. And while he does have some original attacks, many of his moves are copied from past ninjas, but that's on purpose because secret fight characters in Mortal Kombat always did that. So yeah, with that in mind, fingers crossed that Floyd comes back in the next Mortal Kombat game because he's fun and interesting and mysterious. However, sadly, that's it for the top tier, everyone. Next up is very awesome. I think JP deserved to be the main villain of Street Fighter 6 because the guy is interesting. He knows Psycho Power kills you like it did with Bison, so instead he put that energy in his cane and fights in a very unique way with Psycho Energy, zoning and playing keep away, but in a way that's interesting and fun to watch. Which is why it's so annoying that Street Fighter 6 brought back Bison as a villain. I wanted JP to be the main villain for a bit longer. Next up is Rain Dog from Multiverses, an actual original character, despite Multiverses being a crossover game with characters from a bunch of different shows and movies and media. You get the point. Rain Dog is a brand new character, and like his name implies, he's part reindeer and part dog. He's adorable, can heal the opponent, absorb the opponent to save them from attacks, all that cool stuff. Essentially, he's a support character in a Smash Bros style fighting game, which is pretty original actually. I love this character. In fact, I'd put him in Stay Forever, but the problem is Multiverses is never getting a sequel. It crashed and burned and is gonna get buried in the history books. Finally, we have JP. Now hear me out, hear me out. Yes, his appearance looks kinda goofy, the man's fashion is terrible, and it did hold this character back. However, he's a drunken boxer, which is a top 5 fighting style in any media, alright? Whether it's shows or movies, the drunken boxer is always amazing when done correctly. In Street Fighter 6, every time Jamie drinks, he levels up, and it peaks at level 5 or something, then resets the next round. So as the player, your goal is to drink as much as possible to level up Jamie and get the best version of his attacks and moves, which is fun. It's a great gimmick. I love drunken boxing. It looks so cool in motion, which is why I like Jamie as a character. If his appearance was a bit better, more original, and not so goofy looking, he'd be in Stay Forever because I do like this character. I appreciate him. Alright, next up is pretty cool. I think Marissa's pretty amazing. Her fighting style is very true to like Greco-Roman fighting, which is sick. I forget the exact name of the fighting style, so here it is on screen. And Marissa is very true to that fighting style. It's awesome to watch her in motion. My only gripe is that her top half's a bit too big. Her shoulders are way too broad for a woman. Which, call me sexist all you want, but if a male character showed up with tiny shoulders and huge hips, it would look weird for the same reasons, alright? Marissa's shoulders and arms are just a bit too big. Shrink them down and she'd be the perfect character. I have no problem with the muscle mommy. She just looks a bit too masculine for my taste. Next up, we have two Tekken characters, Miyorizo and Asusina. Both of these names are hard to say unless you practice. And Asusina has the worst name because it's not original. It just means Lily. We already have a Lily character in Tekken. Hello, Harada, hello! But I digress. Gameplay-wise, I like this character. She has aggressive parries and counters and also dances on you, literally, because she's a dance fighter. So I think she's very fun and original in that regard. Then we have Miyorizo. I might be saying her name incorrectly, but she's perhaps the most original Tekken character to come out in a long time. She's from Madagascar, which no other character has been from before, and her fighting style is unique as well as a result. Then on top of that, she's an ogre with these crazy magical abilities, which is also cool. My only gripe is that why make it an ogre? Just give her magic powers. Why drag ogre through the mud and make him forever associated with this character? That's my only gripe, because ogre was cool and mysterious. We knew nothing about him, and now with this new character, we know that apparently ogre is just like a ghost spirit that possesses you or something. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that lore change, but Miyorizo as a character is very fun. Doesn't quite fit in Tekken though, because she has way too much weird stuff she can do with the magic and crazy range and over-the-top moves. Very similar to Victor. She feels like she'd fit better in Soul Calibur, because in Tekken she has too much. She's doing too much, you know? Alright, then last but not least, we have Preacha. Very original name and easy to say, but unfortunately she's a mix of existing characters. So that's unfortunate. Personality-wise, she feels more original, being part scientist and part vlogger, but Fatal Fury City of the Wolves is doing this whole apprentices thing, right? They're trying to pass the torch, in other words, and Preacha is one of those characters. I hate passing the torch. Let the legacy characters stay while also making new characters. Stop this trend of giving new characters existing moves from past games. That sucks. Which is why this character's in mid. Originally, I was excited for her until I realized how similar she is to Joey from past Fatal Fury games. And alright everyone, there you have it, ranking all the new characters in fighting games from 2023 onwards, right? I didn't go any earlier than that, but let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. How do you feel about my tier list? As mentioned earlier, leave a like if you enjoyed today's video, then finish that combo by subscribing and ringing that bell so you never miss any future content. Make sure to come back next time, and as always, stay underdogs.